A significant and dangerous Arctic blast is developing across the United States, and this is going to bring life-threatening cold, dangerous wind chills, and multiple rounds of heavy snow that you need to be aware of and prepared for. This is a serious weather situation that requires your attention. We are talking about wind chills that could plunge to dangerous -40 to -50 degrees, actual air temperatures dropping to -30 degrees in some locations, and several inches of new snow on top of what has already fallen. This is not just uncomfortable winter weather. This is the type of extreme cold outbreak that can shatter records, create immediate danger for anyone exposed, and strain infrastructure across multiple states. If you are in the Midwest, the Northern Plains, or the Ohio Valley, this forecast is critical for you. Before we dive into the Arctic blast, I need to address breaking news in the Pacific Northwest. Washington and Oregon are experiencing catastrophic flooding right now. Up to 100,000 Washington residents could be evacuated today, with an additional 3 to 5 inches of rain expected. Areas outside Seattle, northwest Washington, and regions north of Vancouver face major river flooding that could reach record levels. If you are under evacuation orders, leave immediately. This is extremely dangerous. Check on friends and family in these areas. Now, shifting to our main focus today, the historic winter weather pattern that is developing across the central and eastern United States, we have a record-shattering Arctic blast that is going to impact dozens of states over the next few days. This is the most intense Arctic outbreak of 2025 so far, and it is going to deliver dangerous cold that we almost never see in these areas. Let me walk you through exactly what is happening, when it is happening, and what you need to do to stay safe. The weather pattern driving this event is extremely concerning. Our jet stream, which controls where cold air flows, has a very strong dip across the Midwest and Ohio Valley right now. This dip is already ushering in colder air, but it is going to intensify dramatically as we go into Friday and Saturday. Right now, the strongest winds are coming out of the west, but by Friday and Saturday, the jet stream is going to angle more out of the northwest. This is critical because this is going to transport massive amounts of Arctic air directly from the heart of Canada, across the northern plains, the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and back into the mid-Atlantic. By late Saturday and Sunday, the jet stream dip will be positioned perfectly to deliver the absolute coldest air. That is when life-threatening cold is going to be on the table across Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, and the Dakotas. You might be wondering just how cold this is going to get. Let me give you the specific numbers city by city so you can find your location and know exactly what to expect. This is important because preparation is everything with cold this extreme. Right now, we already have below-average temperatures across the Midwest, Great Lakes, Northeast, and even down into Florida. Temperatures are running about 10 degrees below average. But this is nothing compared to what is coming. As we go into Friday afternoon and evening, that Arctic air is going to slam into the northern United States. Montana, the Dakotas, and Minnesota will see temperatures drop to 30 degrees below average. But Saturday is when it gets truly dangerous. Areas near Fargo and Grand Forks will be 45 to 50 degrees below average. Wisconsin and Minnesota will see temperatures hammer down to 30 to 50 degrees below average. Sunday is going to be even worse. We are talking about a widespread area across Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Nebraska, with temperatures 30 to 50 degrees below average. This is a very sharp and dangerous cold blast. Here are your specific temperatures city by city. Find your city in this list. Saturday morning, we are expecting widespread sub-zero temperatures. Grand Forks and Fargo, you are looking at around -20 degrees. Minneapolis, about -8 degrees. Green Bay, around -7 degrees. These are actual air temperatures, and we will talk about wind chills in just a moment, which make this even more dangerous. Sunday morning is going to be significantly worse. This is when the most extreme cold arrives. Northwest Minnesota could see temperatures near -30 to -32 degrees. I want to point out that in the lower elevations, we have had really no areas this year that have reached -30 degrees in the United States. This is challenging some of the coldest weather we have seen in the last 2 years. Not just this year. Chicago and Springfield, Illinois, you are looking at right around 0 degrees. Sunday afternoon, temperatures might not even get above 0 for many of you. Minneapolis, the forecast high temperature, yes, the high temperature, is -2 degrees. Chicago, about 14 degrees. Green Bay, coming in at 11 degrees. By Monday, sub-zero temperatures will push into Indiana and Ohio. The freezing line is going to extend as far south as almost Jacksonville, Florida, also impacting areas near Tallahassee and down towards New Orleans. Monday and Tuesday, it stays cold across the Ohio Valley, southeast, and east coast with temperatures 10 to 20 degrees below average. Then by Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we get a big flip in the weather pattern. Temperatures will surge back up. Nebraska, you will see 60s and 70s for high temperatures. Texas, you could see 80s on Thursday. This could get close to record-breaking warm temperatures. But before that warm up, we have to get through this dangerous cold first. Now, let me talk about wind chills. And this is where this situation becomes truly life-threatening. This is a separate discussion because wind chills are what you actually feel outside, and they are far more dangerous than the actual air temperatures. When we factor in the wind, it is going to feel even colder across the entire Midwest. We are talking about a widespread area with wind chills between -20 to -40 degrees. This is extremely dangerous. Let me be very clear about this. This is dangerous cold that can cause frostbite in under 10 minutes on any exposed skin. Here is what you need to know about these wind chills city by city. Find your location. Saturday morning and continuing all day Saturday, Milwaukee will feel like -25 degrees. Chicago, -28 degrees. Minneapolis, -30 to -35 degrees. Des Moines, -30 degrees. Sunday morning the wind chills get even more extreme. Fargo and Grand Forks in North Dakota could feel like -45 to -50 degrees. Let me repeat that, -50 degrees. Minneapolis could feel like -30 to -35 degrees. Even areas like Chicago and Madison will feel like -25 to -30 degrees. These wind chills will last all day Sunday for Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, and the Dakotas. You will feel sub-zero temperatures literally all day. This means if you have to go outside, here is what you need to do. Every inch of exposed skin must be covered. Wear layers. Start with a base layer, add an insulating layer, then a wind-proof outer layer. Wear insulated gloves, not just regular gloves. Wear a hat that covers your ears completely. Use a scarf or face mask to cover your nose and mouth. Frostbite is a real and serious concern. Any exposed skin can get frostbite within only about 5 to 10 minutes in these conditions. If you start to feel numbness or tingling, get inside immediately. Limit time outdoors to essential activities only. If you follow these precautions, if you dress properly, you can stay safe even in these extreme conditions. But this requires taking it seriously and preparing properly. Picture this. It is Saturday afternoon. You step outside to get something from your car. The wind hits you immediately. Within 2 minutes, your face starts to sting. Within 5 minutes, your fingers start to go numb, even with gloves on. Within 10 minutes, you are at risk of frostbite. That is how quickly this extreme cold can affect you. This is not the kind of cold where you can just throw on a jacket and be fine. This requires serious protection. Now, let us talk about the snow that is coming on top of this extreme cold. We have multiple rounds of snow heading for the northern plains, Midwest, and Ohio Valley over the next few days. This is a classic Alberta Clipper pattern. These are quick-moving systems. They can be sneaky, and they are perfectly timed to make travel even more hazardous in the middle of this deep freeze. The weather pattern favors several of these clippers lining up one after another, which means we could be dealing with several problematic snow events stacked on top of the extreme cold. Let me walk you through the timeline hour by hour so you know exactly when the snow arrives in your area. Today, Thursday, we already have freezing rain and snow falling across the Dakotas. There is actually an ice storm warning in effect in parts of northern South Dakota right now. Up to 1/4 to half an inch of ice is possible over the next few hours. This is dangerous for travel right now. Later this morning into early afternoon, the snow spreads across Minnesota and Iowa, including Des Moines and Minneapolis. Some light snowfall is in play, but it will increase. The heaviest snow this afternoon will be across Iowa, Illinois, southern Wisconsin, and Indiana. We are expecting a pretty significant period of heavy snow lasting around 3 to 6 hours. This will not be as long as the winter storm from a couple weeks back, but nonetheless, this is going to be meaningful snowfall on top of what has already accumulated. Here is what happens tonight. Right around 6 to 7 p.m. tonight, just after rush hour, light to moderate snow will be falling near the Chicago area, west of Milwaukee near Madison, and in eastern Iowa near Davenport. The heaviest snow will be from southern Indiana back north of Springfield, Illinois. By 9 to 10 p.m. tonight, that snow continues moving into eastern Kentucky, southwestern Ohio near Cincinnati, West Virginia, and almost all of central and northern Indiana. Overnight into early Friday morning, the snow starts to weaken. It fizzles out across the Appalachian Mountains. What is left will fall across Virginia, very far southern Maryland, and even near Delaware, before ending by Friday afternoon. Friday evening, some lake-effect snow will develop across Michigan. Not expecting anything too significant there on Friday. But Saturday should bring more concentrated lake-effect snow in far western New York south of Buffalo. Then yet another shot of snow Saturday afternoon across Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky. This is basically the same area that gets snow today into early tomorrow. Even though these two Alberta Clippers are not going to reach winter storm levels for most of you, when you add both systems together, you are looking at around 4 to 8 inches of snow by late Saturday and early Sunday for much of Illinois, Indiana, and eastern Iowa. Let me give you the specific snowfall totals city by city. Find your city. Out of the first Alberta Clipper today and tomorrow, we are expecting a widespread 2 to 6 inches across Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky. Des Moines, 4 to 6 inches. Chicago, 3 to 5 inches. Indianapolis, 4 to 7 inches. When the second Clipper comes in Saturday, we are expecting at least another 3 to 6 inches across eastern Iowa, central Illinois, and western Indiana. So total snowfall from both systems: Des Moines, 6 to 10 inches. Chicago, 5 to 9 inches. Indianapolis, 7 to 12 inches. Peoria, Illinois, 8 to 12 inches. This is a significant amount of snow split between two systems over 3 days. Here is what this means for you. Snow removal is going to be an ongoing task. You clear it Thursday night, more comes Friday, then more again Saturday. Roads will be slippery and hazardous multiple days in a row. Visibility will be reduced during the heaviest bands. And all of this is happening while temperatures are dangerously cold, which makes snow removal more difficult and more dangerous. Now let me break this down region by region so you know your specific story and what you need to prepare for. If you are in the northern plains, like North Dakota and Minnesota, this is the most extreme event for you. Saturday morning lows dropping to dangerous -15 to -25 degrees. Wind chills -35 to -50 degrees. On top of the cold, light to moderate snow Thursday and Friday, totaling 2 to 4 inches. The biggest concern is the extreme cold. Sunday, many locations stay below zero all day. Make sure your heating system works. Have backup heating. Check on elderly neighbors. Bring pets inside. If you have travel plans this weekend, seriously consider postponing. Pack emergency supplies if you must travel. Blankets, extra warm clothes, food, water, flashlight, phone charger. Let someone know your route. If you are in the upper Midwest like Wisconsin and Michigan, this is a significant multi-day event. Saturday morning lows to dangerous -5 to -15 degrees. Wind chills -25 to -40 degrees. Lake-effect snow continues downwind of Lake Superior and Michigan with 6 to 12 inches possible in typical snowbelts starting Friday evening through Sunday. Milwaukee, Madison, Green Bay, you are all in this zone. Worst travel conditions Saturday when lake effect is most intense and cold, most dangerous. Consider postponing Saturday travel. Have emergency supplies ready. If you are in the central Midwest, like Illinois, Iowa, and Indiana, you face both significant snow and dangerous cold. 2 Alberta Clippers bring 4 to 8 inches total. Chicago, 5 to 9 inches. Indianapolis, 7 to 12 inches. Des Moines, 6 to 10 inches. Snow falls Thursday afternoon and evening, then again Saturday. Saturday morning lows near 0 to -10 degrees. Wind chills -20 to -35 degrees. Sunday barely climbs above 0. Travel extremely hazardous Saturday and Sunday. Avoid travel if possible. If you must travel, drive slowly, increase following distance, have emergency supplies. If you are in the Ohio Valley, like Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia, you get moderate snow Thursday night into Friday, 3 to 6 inches total. Cincinnati, Columbus, Louisville face similar amounts. Snow ends Friday afternoon, then extreme cold arrives. Saturday morning lows 5 to 10 degrees. Sunday morning, 0 to 5 degrees. Wind chills -10 to -20 degrees. Many residents not accustomed to this extreme cold. Protect pipes by letting faucets drip. Open cabinet doors under sinks. Have backup heating plans. Check on vulnerable neighbors. If you are in the mid-Atlantic like Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Virginia, light snow Friday brings 1 to 3 inches. The bigger story is cold Saturday through Monday with temperatures well below freezing. Monday morning, widespread teens. Stock up on essentials today and tomorrow. Check heating systems. Have backup plans if heating fails. If you are in the southeast and Florida, this cold reaches you Monday. Freezing line extends to Jacksonville and Tallahassee. New Orleans near freezing. Central Florida sees 30s and 40s. Protect sensitive plants. Cover outdoor pipes. Bring pets inside. Check on elderly neighbors who may lack adequate heating. Your preparation timeline is critical. Today, Thursday, and tomorrow, Friday, are your prep days. Thursday today. Get errands done now. Stock up on food and water for 3 to 5 days. Fill prescriptions. Get gasoline. Fill your tank completely. Check your heating system. Replace filters. Have backup heating plan. Charge all devices. Check flashlight batteries. Friday, tomorrow. Finish outdoor preparations. Stock up on ice melt and sand. Make sure snow removal equipment works. Check on elderly neighbors. Bring pets inside. Confirm weekend plans. If you have travel scheduled Saturday or Sunday, seriously consider postponing or canceling. Saturday through Sunday. Stay home if possible. This is peak dangerous weather. Dress in layers with every inch of skin covered if you must go outside. Limit outdoor time to essential activities only. Essential checklist. Full tank of gas. Emergency car kit with blankets, extra warm clothes, flashlight, phone charger, food, water, first aid kit. At home, food and water for 3 to 5 days, medications for at least a week, flashlights and batteries, backup heating if possible, ice melt and snow removal equipment, charged cell phone and backup power, emergency contacts list. For vulnerable populations, check on elderly neighbors multiple times. Ensure they have heating, food, medications. Bring all pets inside. They cannot survive this extreme cold. Make sure heating systems work before worst cold arrives. For travel guidance, if you can postpone Saturday or Sunday travel, do it. That is the safest choice. The combination of snow, extreme cold, and wind chills makes travel extremely hazardous. If you absolutely must travel, leave early before conditions deteriorate if possible. Drive slowly, well below normal speeds. Increase following distance significantly. Pack emergency supplies in your vehicle. Let someone know your route and expected arrival time. Stay on main roads that are more likely to be plowed. Check road conditions before you leave. If conditions worsen while driving, find a safe place to stop. Do not push through dangerous conditions. Now, looking ahead beyond this weekend, the weather is going to get quieter for much of the United States, but the Pacific Northwest unfortunately will continue to get hammered by rain during the early to middle portion of next week. Things do not look good for the Pacific Northwest through the middle of next week. By Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we get that pattern flip I mentioned earlier. Warm air lifts north and temperatures surge above average across much of the country. By the end of next week, many areas in the Plains and Midwest will see 60s and 70s, possibly 80s in Texas. This will be a dramatic change. I'm really not seeing any major winter storms on the horizon for the lower 48 states until around Christmas. That might be the next time snow makes a big return, but for right now, after this event, it looks to be much quieter. Alright, let me bring this all together so you know exactly what to expect and what you need to do. We have a dangerous and record-shattering Arctic blast arriving Friday through Sunday. Life-threatening cold with temperatures dropping to -30 degrees in some locations. Wind chills -40 to -50 degrees. This is dangerous cold that can cause frostbite in under 10 minutes. Multiple rounds of snow totaling 4 to 8 inches across the Midwest and Ohio Valley. 2 Alberta Clippers, one today and tomorrow, another Saturday. Extremely hazardous travel conditions Saturday and Sunday due to the combination of snow and extreme cold. Here is your preparation timeline one more time. Today Thursday and tomorrow Friday are your prep days. Get errands done. Stock up on food, water, medications, fill your gas tank, check your heating system, prepare emergency kits. Saturday through Sunday, stay home if you possibly can. This is dangerous weather. Make sure you have full tank of gas, emergency kit in your vehicle, enough food and water for 3 to 5 days, medications, charged phone and backup power, flashlights and batteries, ice melt and snow removal equipment. Check on elderly neighbors. Bring pets inside. Make sure heating works. Have backup plans. This is a significant and dangerous weather situation, but if you are prepared, if you take this seriously, if you follow these recommendations, you are going to be fine. Preparation is everything. Do not wait until the last minute. Get ready today and tomorrow. We are going to keep you updated every step of the way. I will have another update for you tomorrow, Friday, with any changes to the timing or amounts. Make sure you are following along for the latest information. One more thing I want to emphasize. This is real. This is not exaggeration. Wind chills of -50 degrees are life-threatening. Temperatures of -30 degrees are dangerous. This requires your attention and your preparation. But with proper preparation, with taking this seriously, you can get through this safely. Stay safe out there. Look out for each other. Check on your neighbors. And we will see you in the next one.